All right. Aloha from Hawaii. Okay. So I am now on my day four na ba tayo? Day four, I think. Day four of my 90 days go live challenge. Imagine doing a 90 days go live challenge. Oh my. I've never done a 90 days go live challenge before, but there's always a first time for everything. Aloha, my name is Rina from Hawaii. Naimbagal daw yung aming apat ni Ilocano. I am a mom of two boys, a Navy veteran, and a full-time registered nurse. I just actually came home from work. I usually do this go live during the week, during my lunch break. But today, my doctor, the doctor that we work with, who is our boss, came to our clinic today. Usually, he works at the other clinic at the hospital, but he comes to our clinic once in a while. So, of course, during lunch break, we all eat together. I don't want to be that kind of person where I'm like, I have a goal life to do, doc. I can't eat with you. So I decided to do it after work, and here we are. You can see the topic right there at the bottom. So for this 90 days go live, I am it's a challenge for us that we are doing, and there's a guideline that they give us. We can use it if we want to. We don't have to, but I think it's a good idea to use the guide. And during the first 28 days, I believe we are doing we're using the magic book as an inspiration for our topics, and we are now on my day four. Okay, so for day four, it says right there, share one health struggle or limitation you are grateful to have overcome. Okay, I'm gonna read you a little. I know for the ones who have not read this book yet, I like I said during my other go live, I don't want to spoil the whole thing for you, the whole book, because I still want you to read it and enjoy it. But I'm just gonna share this with you. Health is the most precious thing in life, and yet more than anything else, we can take our health for granted. Isn't that the truth? For many of us, the only time we think of our health is when we lose it, just like everything else in this world, I think. We only realize the importance of things when we lose them. So then the realization hits us, without our health, we have nothing. Of course, without a heart, healthy heart, you will have problem. Without a healthy brain, you will have problem as well. If you don't have any healthy um, veins and arteries, there's going to be clots. So, yes, health is very, very important. So, in this book, she did a very, very good one. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil the book for you, but I'm going to use a different angle when it comes to health. I want you to read the book so you can see what it is, because I do it on my gratitude journal. So after reading the magic book, I started doing my gratitude journal. So I probably have been doing this for more than a year now, gratitude journal. And every day, it's part of my gratitude journal. I always think. I always think something about my health. So yeah. So like I said, I'm going to use a different angle because this go live, I am doing this go live as part of my business presence, being present for my business, being out there. I don't know who's watching, but aloha from Hawaii. Thank you for watching. Let me know where you are watching me from. And like I said, I am on my fourth day of my go live, and I am using a different angle. Share one health struggle or limitation you are grateful to overcome. Before I started this business, I thought I was healthy. I may not have eaten the best, when it comes to eating, but I watch what I eat because I have a history of gestational diabetes, and we have a history. My mom has a history of diabetes, and to tell you honestly, it's actually how she passed away. It's from the complications of diabetes. A little thing out there for the health as a healthcare worker: take care of your blood sugar. Just a little reminder out there, friendly reminder. You don't die from diabetes, but you die from the complications of diabetes. Just a little plug there. Okay, so like I said, before I started this business, I thought I was healthy and all. I exercised. I was actually doing the massage. I thought I was taking care of myself. But then I've come to realize when I started this business, We've heard about it all the time, you know, mind, body, and spirit, blah, 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 blah. And that's part of your health. It's a triangle. You know, you need your mind, your body, and your spirit. That's one thing that I've come to realize and practice ever since I started this business. So, even if you have a healthy body, you know, you could be the healthiest person in the world, but if your mind is not healthy, when you have trials, when you have problems, that's not going to help you. You know, if even if you eat the healthiest food out there, exercise and everything, but if you have anxiety, your mind is just full of anger, if your mind is just full of depression, if your mind is not strong enough, then it's nothing, right? Same thing with your spirit. Again, for those of you who do not know my story, my my mind health was not the best. I've come to realize that. I was even called a negative Nancy at some point in my life. I was going through a lot when my parents passed away. I went through a lot of, I had too much anger. I had a lot of anger. I had lots of pain, lots of regrets. And so my mind was not healthy at all. You know, I was just at that stage of just surviving, just like, oh, just gonna be my life forever. That kind of thought, that kind of mindset. That was my mindset for a while. I was just like, okay, I'll just go with the flow until I leave this earth. That's how my thought was. I don't know how many of you are thinking that. I know it wasn't a stage of being at peace. It wasn't a stage of being joyful. It was just like, you know, that stagnant feeling. I don't know if you get that. It's just being stagnant, just doing the same thing every day, autopilot. Like, wake up, go to work, take care of your kids. It's like there was no purpose. And then here comes the spirit. This is where the spirit plays a role. For those of you who know me or who have heard my story or who have read about me, I was away from God for 20 years. I've come to realize when I started this business that that was the missing puzzle in my life. My spirit was not healthy at all. I wasn't praying. I don't know how many of you do this. Like, I only prayed like once in a while when I remembered or when I needed, you know, help with something. I remember, you know, being grateful, not even grateful, maybe thanking God for something, like just something. But I wasn't at that stage of being grateful. My spirit was probably at the worst, if anything. And so it wasn't healthy at all, like 20 years. And I'm coming to realize more and more when I talk to my husband about faith and everything. I thought my foundation was strong, but I was so wrong. You know, it's like I'm learning more and more. And so, and that was the missing piece in my heart, like in my life, I should say. You know, you like I said, you could be healthy for all you want physically, but if your mind is not healthy, it's going to consume you. And then same with your spirit. I mean, what's the purpose of you living in this world? Why are you here in this world? Have you ever thought of that? You know, you could have all the money in the world. What's your purpose? Are you just here to live? I mean, to live like, I don't know, just to be here? So that's my main message for today. Um, Health struggle for me, it would have been my mind. Mindset is everything. Really, really, mindset is everything. And through this business, because of this business, I've learned to work on my mindset and I continue to work on it. And I love it. And I was just talking to someone a while ago about this, how this business has changed my life. It's not the business itself, but the steps that I have taken throughout my business journey. Okay. And then the spirit, same thing. It's just getting stronger and stronger, my relationship with God. And I'm not ashamed to talk about it on social media. I was one of those people before where I used to wonder, I was like, how come these people are talking about God all the time? I mean, I didn't have the courage to do that before because I wasn't spiritually healthy. I was not knowledgeable. I was not close to God. I didn't have a relationship with God. And that's why I used to question the people that were posting about God every day. And here I am now posting about God daily because I have made that sort of like how would I say that? It's not a mission, but it's my daily thing that I praise God first in the morning on social media before I post anything else. And I've made that a commitment. That's the word that I was looking for, a commitment to put God first on my posts before my business. Because this business came from Him and only Him. Again, so again, the main thing here is when you talk about health, don't just think about your physical health. Think about your mind, think about your body and spirit. It's a trio. It's a trio or trio, whatever you call it. Oh, hi, Amy. Hello, hello, hello. Amy from Canada, one of my business partners. We are not uh, monetary, ano ba tawag nito, financially connected, but she said, hello, Sissy. It changed my life to more closer to God that I never had before. And thanks to this business, it made me more glorifying God. Yes, sis, like as in, I, maniwala ka o hindi. Like, my husband and I were talking about the other day about it. And even he even made a comment. He's like, kasi now I'm starting to read the Bible and I'm learning about all these things. And I'm like, I never knew about these things. As simple as from Genesis. Kay start ko lang ng Genesis, ng book ng Genesis. And then he even made a comment. I'm not going to tell you what my former religion was, but he said, akala ko, it's like, akala ko marami kang alam about God. That's what he said. I thought you knew a lot about God. But I was like, I guess I didn't know a lot about God. I didn't know about the Bible. I didn't read the Bible. But anywho, yun, yes. So if you have the magic book, sis, I don't know if you've read it yet, but ito yung gagawin ko for the next 28 days. And you are more than welcome to join me any of these days. Yun nga lang, it's not a scheduled go live whenever I can, but I try to do it during my lunch break, 12 or 12:30 Hawaii time. But anytime you can join. And so I'm gonna leave you. I found something a while ago, kanina, here on this book, but I really encourage you, for the ones who have not seen this book or read this book or heard of this book, it changed my life. It really, really changed my life. The greatest wealth is health. Yun, it's from Virgil. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna leave you that with that one. The greatest wealth is health, and always, always think when you're talking about your health, thinking about your health, you have to have a balance of your mind, body, and spirit. Okay. Mahalo. Thank you. Salamat po for whoever was watching a while ago. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you, Sis Amy. And see you later.